Hello, our friends out there. It's Jughead'z. It's Justin here.
It's Brittany.
In this video, we want to talk about something that we're surrounded about where we are, and it's insurance. Insurance. What does it cost you? What does it cover? Is it worth it? Does it give you peace of mind? We want to talk about it. We want to have some conversations through the comments on this. What we see, and we even have people, like I said, near us where we operate out of. They've even told us that insurance is a scam, and they sell it.
Yep.
It's what they do for a living.
They've dropped their own insurance because they see how it's worked. They see how that system has worked, and they can't even agree with it, but they sell it because that's what provides their income.
So is insurance completely bad? I'm not going to say that, but what we know is people pay a lot of money every month, and then they get cheap pills or cheap medicines from Walmart, whatever, the same place they're buying their problem at, probably. You know, that's where they're getting their hamburger helper that ain't going through, and then they gotta take all this stuff. We believe in a higher insurance, that's free. That's free.
Where we're located at, we're surrounded by beer and tobacco, we're surrounded by medical supplies, we're surrounded by medical insurance. A complex next door wants to expand into all medical-based businesses because they're guaranteed to last longer as a tenant because that industry will essentially never fail. And the signs for these places are everywhere around us. And this is a conversation we want to have because yesterday while we were here, we noticed, I'm going to tie it back to biblical scriptures. The signs and wonders will be given. The signs will be given. And this generation is looking for a sign, but there's not going to be a sign given for what's really needed. Like, you know where I'm going, right?
Well, I just know that people are being indoctrinated from commercials, you know, phone calls every day, people trying to sell insurance. Everywhere you go, you can't get into certain doctors unless you have insurance. They won't take cash or checks, like they only take people who are under certain types of insurance.
There's all kinds of scams and all kinds of signs and all kinds of advertisements and catch your attention red flags everywhere for this kind of sorcery, for pharmakia. It's everywhere, but the one sign that we're not seeing is for the hidden truth. When you're looking for true health, when you're seeking it, you will actually find it. But there's not going to be a great big bold sign or statement out there saying, hey, this is where you need to be. That's not going to be out there. If you're truly looking for it, you're going to find it. They're out here promoting all of this to catch your attention because it's quick. Hey, come here.
And there's so many people selling the next next
craze, fad.
Yeah, like they're selling
trends.
this, but then you look at the people who are selling, or them health dealers, whatever, and they don't even fit the role of what they're selling. They don't look healthy. They don't look like they're vibrant, full of energy. They're just trying to sell a product. They got on the internet and ordered bulk of a product, and they're trying to sell it because, hey, you know, we can make money on this little pyramid program, and it's everywhere. The stores are popping up everywhere. They're just selling. You know, it's to us it's a scam. Not to say that there's not a lot of good products out there, but
Just none that we can personally get behind.
when the person selling it does not fit the role of health that they're trying to sell, whether that's they're selling you insurance or whether it's people Like I said, the pyramid program selling you this or this or this and saying it works. Well, it don't even look like it works for you, and you're trying to sell it to me.
They're selling you a false assurance, a man-made assurance.
It does
No
this,
doubt.
this. Yeah, it might, but let's quit eating McDonald's and let's quit drinking fluoridated chlorine water. Let's quit poisoning ourselves. Because I guarantee the best way to start building up your immune system and getting healthy is to quit poisoning yourself. That may be too much gluten, bread. A few days ago, I had gluten in bread. Hadn't had any in a long time. It's completely messed me up. Completely. But I know how to get rid of it. I've been down in our volunteer OJ and our green juice and just ginger, tons of it, but it's insane. It's absolutely insane how it made me feel. And some people eat this every day. But when you don't eat it for a long time and then you get on your health kick and then you reintroduce some of this stuff, you'll know what it does to your body. Because your body's going to react quick. You're probably going to get sick. Most of it's going to come out your nose. It's not digesting. Your body's like, nah, we'll just get that back out of here. Right from where it come, we'll just start pouring this out. And it's been my last 3 days. Still got a little bit hoarse and all this, but I'm getting it out. I mean, I know how to get it out. I don't take Benadryl or sinus. Quit eating your sinus infection. You're eating it.
Cold and flu season is not a season. That doesn't exist. It's not summer, winter, fall, cold and flu season.
You're eating tons of gluten. You got a lack of vitamin D. It's coming out. Or for most people, it gets stuck. It don't come out because you just keep putting in that same stuff and it's stuck. And what do I do with this? Well, I put some over here on the hips and some over here on the thigh, and some here, and that ain't how it works for me. I get sick and it just gets out of me. That's the juice, raw juice. That's why we promote raw juice. Some people can mistaken that the juice is making me sick. Well, let's observe your diet. So you've been eating like this for so long, and now you're introducing raw juice, and you're having some detox effects, and you're thinking the juice made you sick? No. We got to get rid of the old so we can have the new, and that's not comfortable. It's not comfortable getting rid of old habits.
It's not comfortable. It's not easy. And that's what this false assurance sells. That's what insurance, that's what fast food, that's what all of this stuff sells, is quick, easy, convenient. You can still have what you want. Go ahead and treat yourself. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Enjoy it. Indulge. It does all of those things. It catches you for that quick, instant gratification, and the next thing you know, your body's paying for it. And instead of us enduring that suffering, and instead of us finding a way to naturally cleanse and detox, we're going to a doctor and we're saying, hey, I've got all this stuff going on. I can't breathe. Oh, my joints don't feel good. Oh, well, you need to have insurance so we can cover some prescriptions for you, so we can prescribe them, so you can take them, so you can feel better, so you can go back to doing the same thing again.
But really, that doctor should be like, well, what's your last 30 days of food? What's your last 30, 60 meals you've ate? How's your poop? You know? You coming in with all these problems, yeah, it may sound silly.
What's your mucus coming
Very
out your
important.
nose? What's it look like?
Is it draining, or is it stuck? Is it coagulated all in you everywhere, and you just can't move your joints? Because it's real. It's real. When you eat this stuff, I mean, it affects everything, and it hurts, especially when you do get clean. So we advise people. It's like, well, if you're going to get into raw juicing and all this, know this.
Ready.
You may get sick, but you're not sick. You're already sick. You're detoxing junk and nasty heavy metals that's just built up in your blood, and it's slowing you down. It's slowing your brain down.
And a lot of people, I know for me, prior to my diet change, lifestyle change almost 7 years ago, I know that for me, I didn't notice all of those things. It wasn't at the forefront of my mentality. You know, I would go eat a monster biscuit from Hardee's, and then I would have something from Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever for lunch on break, and you know, then I'd go home and I'd make some crazy heavy meal, you know, and then go to bed and, you know, maybe have a dessert before bed or something, you know, just constantly eating and not being mentally aware of what I was consuming. And I wasn't fully aware of how that was affecting my body. It was just like going through the motions of a day to day and not even being consciously aware of what I'm feeding myself. I look back at photos of me now from that time and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you see the inflammation, you see it, and how I feel now in my body now is completely different. How I eat now is completely different. I'm more consciously aware. And eating on a day-to-day basis, you know, for someone who eats clean, and they introduce, like you said before, when you introduce something that you've not had in a long time, it's going to affect you much quicker. But if you're eating this stuff on a day-to-day basis, it's building up in your system, and it's kind of rollerballing everything. It's speeding up all the health conditions so much quicker. So much more. Next thing you know, you're 30, 40, 50 years old, and you've got congestive heart failure, you've got diabetes, you've got high blood pressure, you've got this, that, everything else, fibromyalgia, all these things just sort of compiled and just thrown at you all at once. And you're like, wait, oh my gosh, where'd all this come from? And then you're taking 16 different medications. I wonder how we got there.
We got there because people are eating their next meal and hadn't even finished digesting their last. They think they're hungry, which they are, because you're eating food that has no nutritional value. It's only filling. It fills you up for a little bit, but then your body's like,
No nutrients.
there's no nutrients in it, so you're hungry again. But then you got this big old glob of food from your last meal still there, but your brain's saying, I'm starving to death, which you are. You are starving to death,
You're
even with a big old glob of
on
food.
the opposite side of the scale. It's not like a bulimic malnutrition. It's a obese malnutrition.
So you stuff it in again, and this keeps going and going and going. And that's the biggest problem. The second biggest problem, which might be the first biggest problem. We are not fasting. Nobody practices fasting anymore. You know, taking a day off from eating and drinking can do wonders. Taking a few days off, couple days off from eating and drinking can do wonders. Taking a longer period of time, whether you're juice fasting, water fasting,
Intermittent fasting, dry fasting.
maybe does more than wonders, maybe miracles in today's world, because we don't see the people getting over health conditions. We don't see people really tapping in, praying, meditating, really asking for answers, asking, is this wrong what I'm doing? Is this right? Can you show me? And if people are, they're probably being introduced and then turning it down because it's not popular. Insurance don't cover the local juice bar. Insurance don't cover massage therapy or, you know, saunas to sweat out toxins. It's amazing. I mean, you can sit in a sauna for an hour, drink a lot of water, sweat. It lets out so much stuff. You'll be able to stretch further and breathe deeper. People don't sweat. We sit in an air-conditioned room and, oh, it's hot outside. Can't go out there today. I might sweat.
2-minute walk to your car from work to your car. Just, oh my God, it's so hot. I gotta get in the car and turn the AC on. Get home, hurry up, turn the AC on. It's too hot. Come on.
A lot of people are overheating because of what you're eating. Your body's actually heating up to try to burn off this junk. And then you get really hot. You drink watermelon juice all day, you can go out in 100-degree weather, you'll be fine. Cucumbers, stuff like that.
High water content.
High
juices.
water content juices, it's made to go outside. You might sweat, but you're not gonna get hot. When you got all this junk in your stomach and you're out there, you're gonna get hot.
And it's good to sweat. Sweat is releasing toxins. You should want to sweat. If you're not sweating, you might need to get that checked out.
You could be releasing toxins in your shoulder, sweating. To where if you didn't sweat, you got to depend on these toxins that are built up in here to go all the way down and come out through your urine or, other ways. Sweating, you getting stuff out everywhere. And it's important.
Yeah, I wonder if Adam and Eve, in the Garden of Eden, did they have an air-conditioned room of some sort? No. Our bodies were meant to tolerate the weather. They were meant for that. Like, okay, so we're not dogs, we're not bears, we're not covered in thick hair, to protect us from the elements, I guess you could say. But we can withstand the weather. We can withstand the heat. We can do it.
There's foods that are more designed to help you during wintertime. There's foods more designed for summertime. And eating seasonally can help so much to where you don't have to have a flu shot. First of all, I've hardly met anybody ever, when they get the flu shot, it seems like they always get sick. And that's just coming from the mouth of the people who get flu shots. It seems everybody that comes in here tells us the same story. Oh, I got the flu shot. I've been miserable for 3 weeks. I got the flu. I've got this since I... Well, didn't you get the shot so you wouldn't get the flu? Yeah, you got the shot because you eat a horrible diet and you go to the doctor and they talked you into it and you did it, and now you've compromised your whole immune system and put in a ton of heavy metals, and it's a never-ending cycle. Then the biggest attack is on the elderly and the children. That's the biggest attack. And us in the middle, it affects us so bad because when we see children that are not getting to live a full life and are just being poisoned from the second they come out of their mother, it's hard. And then when you see elderly dying out at a young age, but then you see what had happened the last year or two, and all the drugs and shots and this and that, and plus eating a horrible diet. We call it the Great Depression diet. Eating that their whole life. There's no hope. So then other people lose hope. And God, oh, he don't exist. Or this is a good person. This happened. This happened. This happened. Well, are we truly following?
A loving God wouldn't do that.
We're eating foods that, for the people who do believe in the scriptures and stuff, we're eating foods that the people we believe in did not eat. And if you don't believe in scripture, that's fine too. But as far as the food diet that's wrote in almost all religions and a lot of different scriptures where it mentions food, they're pretty universal. It's pretty universal on what's good for the human body. And when we go against it, we pay. We pay the price. And then you buy your insurance, and then you pay your doctor visit, and then you do this. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because I'm going to spend my money on the fruits and vegetables. We're going to spend our money growing high quality hemp. We're going to spend our money on herbs, moringa, kratom. We're going to spend our money on that type stuff that truly is medicine for the body.
Because first and foremost, health starts in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen. The trees and the herbs and the vegetables and all that, them are blessings. And so many people they'll decorate their kitchen with wallpaper, with apples and watermelons and all this, and then they don't even eat it. Oh, they got a beautiful kitchen, beautiful, but they don't even eat the things they've decorated their kitchen with. That makes no sense.
And we can't honestly compare, what our grandparents and great-grandparents ate, and they lived to be X amount years old, so why can't we eat the same things that they did? Their food wasn't injected, first and foremost. It was not injected. Their food was not grown and raised the way that ours is today. They actually knew how to grow their own food. They had their own gardens. As
far as dairy milk, we hear that all the time. Well, I'm sorry I drink a ton of dairy milk, but it's not the dairy milk my grandparents and stuff had. It's homogenized, pasteurized. It's not raw milk. It's a whole different game in raw milk.
Raw milk's not even legal anymore.
It's not even legal for human consumption. Which,
Imagine that.
when I was changing 10 years ago, I actually used to go buy raw milk, which was not for human consumption, only for dogs. I was like, well, I'll be a dog. Because I quickly realized after drinking raw milk, it did not do to my body what the purity, homogenized, pasteurized, whatever all them words are, does. It's glue. It's like glue to the body. And the animals, you know, pigs, we're not really supposed to eat that anyways, but I've heard the argument, well, you know, our great-great-grandparents, they lived to 105 and ate pigs every day. Well, they were eating wild pigs that not shot up, not on steroids, nothing like that. Nothing like that. So it's different.
Food today just doesn't even compare. The Kellogg's brothers. Let's talk about cereal for just 1 second. Like a breakfast food. It's a staple. Everyone's got cereal in their cabinets. You know, everyone. Oh, breakfast. Get a bowl of cereal. Oh, late night snack because I want something to have like cereal. You know, so the Kellogg's brothers. They started out coming up with a plan. They wanted to provide a whole grain breakfast, something that was healthy, it was nutritious, you need to have a grain. So they developed a cereal. Well, the one brother was vegetarian and this was the purpose of doing so. The other brother saw what was happening. He was like, oh my goodness, we can make so much money. And he came in and he stole that idea and he found a way to process all of this so he can make more money. And ended up stealing this whole process from his brother. And now we have what is known as Kellogg's cereal. And let me tell you, it is not nutritious like it used to be. It is very dense. He found a way to dilute it down to where he can mass produce it to make money.
But
And that greed and love for money affects our health.
But it is on sale at your local grocery store. You now can get 3 boxes for the price of 1. So you need to go stock up.
Run right now and get it.
Feed all your kids that. Feed your grandparents. Make sure they eat it to start their day. They break their fast with this.
Yeah, break your night fast with something not nutritious. Go for it.
And take the pills you're supposed to take beforehand that you don't have to have food. And when you get done eating, take the pills you gotta take that you gotta have food with. And have a great day. Never mind. Drink juice, eat raw food,
Yep.
eat hemp, take your herbs, flush it away.
Every fruit and herb is for the healing.
Get the true energy that us humans are supposed to have, the energy that'll help you create, the energy to love. That's the biggest problem, the energy to express emotion. People don't have emotions no more. Why? Because it's just covered up in all this junk and they can't express it.
Your stomach is covered with neurotransmitters that relay information back to your brain.
And if they got glue all over them and stuff,
They're covered up
you're misfiring, and,
completely.
you know. But it don't have to be like that. So anyways, just a little video today. We might have went wild with it, but what is your insurance plan? You know, is it the one of faith? Or is it the one you gotta sign and, you know, this and
Pay money for.
pay money?
Work your life away for.
What's wrong?
We're coming to a point now, I think globally, I believe we're coming to a point where you have to live off faith. It's no longer, is this safe? Is this FDA approved? Does our government approve of this? Is this okay? Has it been studied? Has it been researched? No. Either you're going to take the fruit off the tree or you're going to go buy the shit in the store.
And we've been at the point for a long time. It's just the man upstairs said he was going to overlook stuff for a while until knowledge increased. We have the internet, TVs, phones where we can
Social
connect to
media.
everybody in the whole world. Well, if knowledge hadn't increased by now, then there's no more excuse because that's your fault. You're the one choosing to be entertained with all this junk that's distracting you from knowledge. And if you've chose that, that's your choice. You can choose insurance and take pills, but it ain't the way. You're never going to get to your highest level, your calling. You will not get there that way. I'm sorry. We're done.
Knowledge is
here.
power.
Knowledge is power. We're Jughead'z. Hit us up. We would love a discussion or anything on this.
Tell us how crazy we are.
We're not doctors, but we are fanatics of health and fanatics of energy. And I'm done. I ain't eating gluten and bread and pasta. I quit it a long time ago. I did it again. Oh my goodness. I don't want anybody feeling like this. I'm not. I'm done. See ya.
Have a good day.
Peace.